Good morning, student. Today we will discuss about training. Training means to give practical and theoretical knowledge. It is a long-term process in which we give the training in a systematic and scientific way. Training and sports training. Sports training means it is a sports. Sports means game or activity, and training means preparation. Training, it is a preparation. It is a process of preparation. So sports training means it is a process of preparation of a sports person. Sports training means it is a process of preparation of a sports person for a sports performance, so that his performance can be improved. Okay, sports training means it is a sports training. It is a process. It is a process of preparation of a sports person to improve his performance. We give the training in a systematic and scientific way, and it is pre-planned. Training is pre-planned, and we give the training according to that plan, according to that planning program in a systematic way. Usually training, it is a long term process. We cannot give training, we cannot make the persons perfect by giving one day training. It is a long term process. Training, concept of sports training. There are three periods: preparatory part, competition part, and transactional part. Okay, training, it is three part: preparatory, competitions, and transaction. Preparatory part means preparation of a sports person. In preparatory part, we prepare the sports person for the competition. In this, player achieve the physical fitness and skill which is required in the competition. Okay, preparatory means preparing a sports person for the competitions in which the player improve his physical fitness, improve his skill, etc. In preparatory period, there are three phases. In first phase, in first phase of training, the player develop general ability, and that is strength, endurance, etc. And it is about 3 to 4 to 6 months. Okay, phase 1. In phase first, we develop the general ability of a sports person's general ability, that is strength and endurance of a person's, and it takes about 4 to 6 months practice in an annual planned training methods. And second phase, in second phase we develop the specific physical fitness ability of a player. Specific physical fitness ability, that is his speed, flexibility, and coordinative ability. First thing, in first phase we develop the strength and endurance. After developing the strength and endurance, we develop his speed, flexibility, and coordinative ability. The player learn the mastery over advanced skill plus technique, and it is of 2 months. This second phase is of 2 months. And third phase, the players develop the tactics and strategy and try to achieve perfection, every perfection for the competition. Okay, in third phase, we develop the tactics and strategy of the players so that can apply in the competitions. And these are the preparatory period. Okay, preparatory period means preparation period. Make preparation period, it is of three phase. First phase, we develop the strength and endurance of the athletes. Second phase, we develop the specific physical fitness and the skill. And in third phase, we develop the strategy, tactics and strategy of our players. And second is competition period. Competition period, in this period the player participate in the competitions and aim to achieve top performance in the competition. Firstly, before the competitions, the player participate in the practice match or practice competitions where his mistakes are corrected. In practice match, if there is any mistake, it is corrected. And after the practice match, the actual competitions is conducted. He participate in the actual competitions where motivations and feedbacks are provided to the players for his best performance. This is the competition period. In competition period, before participating in competition he participate in some practice match or practice competitions. In that competitions, his mistake are correct. If he make any mistake, his mistake are corrected. And after that practice match, he participate in the actual match where we motivate feedback, okay, where motivations and feedback are provided to the player for his best performance. Third is transactional period. Transaction period, it is a relaxation period. Transaction period, it is a relaxation period after the competition. In this period, the player get recovery after the competitions, after the competition stress, and maintain the physical ability for the next competition. Okay, in transactional period means it is a relaxation period. It is a relaxation period after the competition. After the competition, the player feels stress. So in this period, the player get recovery from the stress of the competitions. He get full recovery, and he is uh, he is he is mentally ready for the next competitions. Initially, his recreational activities are performed, or similar types of activities are played with along with recreations to remove his stress. These are the three periods of the sports. Okay, सबसे first things is sports training. Sports training means training means giving the practical and theoretical knowledge for preparation of any event or any activity. Training means giving the practical and theoretical knowledge. And sports training means preparing. Sports training, it is a process of preparation of a sports person to improve his performance. Sports training, we give the training in a systematic and scientific way. It is given in systematic and scientific way. Training, it is pre-planned. Okay, training, it is pre-planned, and we give the training according to that plan so that we can achieve our aim. And it is a long-term process. Training, it is of 3 period: preparatory period, competition period, and transactional period. Preparatory period, in preparatory period, we make the player preparation for the competitions. Okay, in preparatory period, we make the player um, preparation for the competitions. In this period, we develop the physical fitness of a player. Preparatory period, it is of 3 phase. In first phase, we develop the general ability like strength and endurance, and develop the skill. In second phase, we develop the specific physical fitness, that is, we develop the speed, flexibility, and coordinative ability of our players, plus we develop the advanced skill of our players. And in third phase, we develop the tactics and strategies so that he apply that tactics and strategy in the competitions. And second period is competition period. In this period, before participating in competitions, he participate in the some practice match in which his mistake is corrected. If he make any mistake, his mistake are corrected. And then after practice match, he participate in the actual competition, where the motivation and feedback are provided to improve his back performance, so that he give his 100%. And third is transaction period, that is optional period. It is the relaxation period. The players get full recovery from the competition stress. We make the player relax or stress free by participating in some recreational activity or some similar type of activity. Through this, the player get full recovery. The player is tension free. His stress is free. Tension is free. And he is ready for the next competition. Principle of sports training. What are the principle of sports training? Principle are the scientific and systematic way to improve the performance. Means principles, it is some guidelines how we should give training. Okay, principle means guideline for sports training. First is principle of continuity and regularity. Sports training should be given on a regular basis. The sports training should be on a regular basis. Without the training program should be continuity or regularity without a long break. If there is a break between the training, then there will be no improvement in his performance. If we continue, if he participate in the training, then if there is any break in the training, then again he has to start from the basic. He has to from the 0 point. He has to start from the starting point. Principle of proper loading. In sports training, we have to follow the overloading principles. That is, the load should be increased step by step. The load should be increased gradually after adoptions of the previous workload. Okay, increase the load only after adoptions of the previous load. We should not do overloading. Okay, do the loading only after the adoptions of the previous load. If there is overloading, it may lead to injury. Therefore, this principle of proper overloading should be followed. Principle of specific and scientific training. The training should be according to scientific game, according to the requirement of the game. Particularly, if the person is participating in speed running activity, then his speed ability should be developed, not his strength of power. So the training should be according to the game, requirement of the game. Principle of individual difference. The sports training should be according to the individual difference. The training should be provided according to the individual, keeping in mind the age, sex, height, heredity. Because every individual is different, we cannot use same training methods to all the people. So our training methods should be according to their needs. Principle of rest and recovery. The training should be this principle has to be followed. After training, give a proper rest and recovery period. The proper rest and relaxation, relaxations and sleep after every schedule of hard work, because the rest is also important. If you do not take rest, it may leads to injury. Therefore, have a proper rest, but the rest or recovery period should not be too long. Okay, again one should be ready after some break, after some rest, he should again ready for the workout. Proper warming up and limbering down. Training program. Before performing any workout, have a proper warming up, so to reduce the injury. And after the workout or training, do a cooling down exercise, that is limbering down. Principle of progression. Principle of progression means our training program should be from simple to complex. First, start with easy activity and then go to the difficult activity. Okay, this is the principle of progression, means our training program should be from simple to complex. In the beginnings, training should be easy, and then after the harder activity, difficult activities. Safety and preventions. During the time of training, have a proper safety, have a proper precaution. So we should keep in mind the safety measure while performing the physical training schedule. Psychological feedback. Psychological feedback means motivation. We should motivate the player in between the training or in between the competitions. If we give them psychological feedback, then it will have act as a motivation. So we should motivate the players during the training, during the competitions. Medical checkup. Before participating in any hard activity or training, the persons should have a proper medical checkup. The doctors, only after the doctor advice, you should participate. Total body involvement. The training program should be designed in such a way that the total body should be involved. That is, at the time of exercise, our body, full body should be involved. Exercise, our exercise, there should be exercise every part of the body to ensure proper body development. Adaptations and tolerance. The training program should be according to the adaptation, according to the ability of a person, according to his tolerance ability. Exercise tolerance is the levels at which the human body favorably responsible to the training. Okay, give the training according to his tolerance. Don't do overloading. If you increase the load only after the adoptions of the previous, for example, if you have if the person is able to tolerate the 5 kg weight, then only increase the 6 kg, and then after adopting the 6 kg, then increase the weight 7 kg. Okay, this is the adoptions. Tolerate, increase only by the adoptions of previous load. Principles of load and adoptions means progressive loading, increase the workout or load. Step methods or linear methods. Principle of reversibility and repetition. The training program of workouts should be repeated. Okay, and also reversibility, that is should be repeated again and again, so that proper adoptions should be possible. And the next schedule should be practiced. The next schedule should be practiced before the starting a new schedules of workload. These are the some principles which we have to follow during sports training. First is, that is principle of continuity. our training program should be on a continuous base. The irregular, if our training is irregular, if there is any break in our training, then our performance will be our performance will not improve. So the training program should be on a regular base without any long break. Proper overloading, we should follow the principle of proper overloading. We should increase the load only after the adoptions of previous workout. Our training program should be specific and scientific, means the training should be according to the requirement of the game. Principle of individual difference, the training program should be according to the needs of the individual, according to the requirement of the individual. Principle of rest and recovery, we should give the proper rest and recovery period to the person, but the things is that the recovery should not be too long. Okay, after the rest he should again ready for the next workout. Have a proper warming up and limping down. Before doing training, do a proper warming up, and after the training, do a proper cooling down. It's so to prevent the injury. Principle of progression means our workout should be from simple to hardest. Always start with easy activity and then harder activity. Safety and preventions, always keep in mind the safety and prevention at the time of training. Psychological feedback, we should motivate the players in between the competition, in between the training. Okay, have some feedback, give some feedback to his training. It act as a motivation. If you give feedback for his performance, it act as a motivation for him. Medical checkup, before doing any training, have a proper medical checkup. You should be fit. If you are fit, then only participate in the training or competition. Total body involvement means the training program should be in such a way that your total body should be involved during the exercise. Then only it's help in proper development of your body. Adaptations and tolerance means the training load should be according to your tolerance ability. Principle of load and adaptations, principle of reversibility and repetition. Do the repetitions of workout. This is the principle of sports training. The next topic is warming up. Warming up means preparing a person physiologically and psychologically ready for the activity. Okay, warming up means preparing a person's physically and psychologically ready for the competitions. Warming up, it is a set of exercise or movement which are performed before the competitions. By doing the warming up, it helps to increase the body temperatures, which help to bear the stress of the competitions. Our neuromuscular coordinations will be improved. This is the, and warming up, it is done before the competition. Okay, so warming up, it is a set of exercise or activities which are performed before the competitions, which make a person physiologically and psychologically ready for the activity. If we do warming up, it helps the body to bear the psychological and physiological stress of the competitions. It raises the temperature of the body. If our temperatures rise, the neuromuscular coordination will be improved. Our body, our mind will be ready, psychologically ready for the competition, psychologically ready for the activity. So In simple word, we can say that warming up, it is a pre-competitions work. Warming up, it is of two types: psychological warming up and physiological warming up. Psychological warming up means preparing the mind ready for the competition. Psychological means related to mind, mentally preparing. And physiological warming up, it is related to body, your making your body ready for the competition. And physiological warming up, it is of two types: passive and active. Passive means warming up with the help of external source, and active means doing the warming up without any external help. In active warming up, it is two types: general warming up and specific warming up. General means which are common to all the activity, and specific means those activities, those warming up which are specific to that activity only. This is about the warming up. Okay, warming up means it is a set of exercise which are done before the competitions. It's help it's make the body physiologically and psychologically ready for the competition. Warming up, it is two types: psychological warming up, physiological warming up. Psychological warming up means related to the mind, it will make your mind ready for the competitions. Physiological warming up means related to your body, it will make your body ready for the competitions. Passive warming up, active warming up. And in active warming up, there are two types: general warming up and specific warming up. Next is psychological warming up. Psychological warming up means psychological warming up means making the mind ready mentally. It make the psychology warming up, it is a set of exercise which make the player mentally ready for the competition. Okay, psychological warming up means making the player mentally ready for the competitions, like with the help of motivations, by giving feedback, behavior change, etc. And by this his performance can be increased. Generally, this psychological warming up is required in academic subject where muscular response is not required. Okay, psychological warming up means making the persons mentally ready for the competitions. For example, with the help of motivations, by providing feedback, by changing his behavior, etc. Physiological warming up. Physiological warming up means making the body ready for the competition. It prepares the body physiologically ready for the workout or physical stress of the competition. Physiological warming up, it is two types: passive and active. Passive means passive warming up. Passive warming up means the player warm up his body. Okay, doing the warming up with the help of external source, like with the help of sun bath, hot bath, stream bath, etc., or with the help of massage. Okay, passive warming up means warming up his body with the help of external source, like with the help of massage, sun bath, hot bath, etc. Active warming up means the player warm up his body without any external help. He participate, he warm up his body through actual participation in physical activity, like doing any physical workout like running, jumping, etc. And active physical warming up, it is of the duration 10 to 30 minutes. And It is never performed in all out. That is, the person should not be tired by doing this exercise. Usually, okay, warming up we do before the competitions. Therefore, while doing the warming up, don't feel tired. The person should not be tired while doing the warming up. Okay, we should only increase the body temperatures. Okay, bus rise the body temperatures. Active means warming up the body through actual participation in physical activity. In active warming up, it is two types: general warming up and specific warming up. General warming up means these are generally similar for all game and activity. It is a simple stretching activity, simple stretching or general exercise like jogging, slow running, stretching, rotation exercise, etc. This general warming up tone up the major muscle and improve the mobility of the joint. Okay. Next is specific warming up. Specific warming up is specific to that activity only, for and it tone up the small muscle. For example, muscle of your joint, small muscle of the joint. For example, in basketball, dribbling the ball, etc. These are the specific warming up which are specific to that game only. And specific warming up, it tone the small muscle. General warming up, it is same for all game and activities, like we do running before doing any activity, running, jogging, stretching. And general warming up, it tone your big muscle. And specific warming up, it is specific in that activity. It is specific to that activity. And specific warming up, it is different from activity to activity. It tone up your small muscles. It's rise the mobility, means flexibility of the small joint. For examples, in basketball, the specific warming up of basketball are shuttle running, dribbling, shooting, etc. This is about the warming up.